So today we're going to show that the square root of n plus 1 minus the square root of n is bigger than the square root of n plus 2 minus the square root of n plus 1 for all n in the natural numbers, and this all comes from the fact that 1 is a bigger number than 0. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add n squared plus 2n to both sides of the equation. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to rewrite both sides of the equation, so we can rewrite the right-hand side as n plus 1 squared. That's going to be bigger than n times n plus 2. Next, we're going to take the square root of both sides. So this one's pretty easy because it's just squared. They're inverse operations, so that just becomes n plus 1. And the other side is going to become the square root of n times the square root of n plus 2. Next, we're going to multiply both sides by 2. So 2 times n plus 1, which is just equal to 2n plus 2. And that is going to be bigger than 2 times the square root of n times the square root of n plus 2. So next up, we're going to want to add n and n plus 2 to both sides of the equation. So n plus 2 plus 2n plus 2 is equal to 4n plus 4, which is bigger than n plus n plus 2 plus 2 square root of n square root of n plus 2. Now we're going to simplify again. We can rewrite the right-hand side as 4, or left-hand side as 4n plus 1, which is bigger than square root of n plus the square root of n plus 2 squared. Next up, we're going to take the square root of both sides. So that's become 2 square root of n plus 1, which is bigger than square root of n plus the square root of n plus 2. And then last but not least, we just need to move some terms around from each side of the equation. So we're going to subtract an n plus 1, or a square root of n plus 1 on this side, which means we have to subtract a square root of n plus 1 on this side. And we're going to subtract a square root of n on one side, and so we're going to have to do it on the other. And that's going to get us to our goal. That's going to leave us with the square root of n plus 1 minus the square root of n is bigger than the square root of n plus 2 minus the square root of n plus 1. And that is the proof. Thank you for watching.